The Centaurs are amongst the most famous creatures in Greek mythology. They were half human and half horse, with a body of a horse and the torso, head and arms of a man. They inhabited the mountains and forests of Thessaly, and were said to be the original, existing in tribes, and making their homes in caves, hunting wild animals and arming themselves with rocks and tree branches. The story of the Centaurs and their mythological origin begin upon Mount Olympus. The father of the Centaur race was Ixion, the king of the Thessalian tribe of the Lapiths. After Ixion assassinated his father-in-law, the people rejected him. So, Zeus sympathized greatly with the Ixion, and brought him up to Olympus to dine with the gods. There Ixion saw Hera, Zeus' wife and queen of the gods, with whom he fell in love and began to desire her sexually. Zeus, suspicious of Ixion, set for him a trap, so he created a cloud which assumed Hera's form, and laying it next to Ixion while he was asleep in a field. When Ixion awoke, he began to make love to Hera's double, which enraged Zeus that he drove Ixion from Mount Olympus, and struck him with his thunderbolt. Ixion was doomed to be tied on an eternal spinning fiery wheel. However, from his union, a terrible creature was born, who mated with the magnesium mares and produced the Centaurs race. The Centaurs were said to reside in Thessaly, and more specifically in the forests of Mount Pelion, and were famous riders and horse breeders. Another tribe of Centaurs was said to have lived on Cyprus. They were fathered by Zeus, who was frustrated after Aphrodite avoided. The most famous story involving Centaurs was Centauromachy, the battle between Centaurs and the Lapiths, who according to one origin myth would have been cousins to the Centaurs. Perithous, the king of Lapiths, invited the Centaurs to his marriage with Hippodamia. The Centaurs were known for barbarians, but invited them on the ground of the common ancestry. Centaurs were behaving good, but when wine began to serve, Eurytion, one of the Centaurs, got drunk, and attempted to run away with the bride. The legendary hero Theseus was also invited to the wedding, threw the balance in favor of the Lapiths, by assisting and helping the Lapiths win, and successfully repulse the Centaurs. One of the best-known Centaurs is Chiron. Although most of the Centaurs were lustful and wild, but Chiron was an exception, who was known for his medicinal skills and teaching abilities. Every Centaur is descended from Ixion and Nephil, but Chiron was the son of Cronus, and blessed with the gift of immortality. He was one of the wisest figures in Greek mythology. He was the tutor of a number of Greek heroes, such as Achilles, Jason, Castor and Pollux. Asclepius, the Greek god of medicine, learned about medicine from Chiron. He was accidentally wounded by Hercules, with an arrow treated with the blood of the monster Hydra, causing him insufferable pain. So when Hercules asked his father to free Prometheus, Zeus demanded that someone must be sacrificed. Chiron volunteered, and died, both to free Prometheus and himself from the pain. Zeus took pity on him, and transformed him into the constellation of Centaurs, thus making him immortal. Another famous Centaur was Nessus, and was also present at the wedding of Hippodamia, and was amongst the Centaurs who had tried to carry off the bride. After he left Thessaly, Nessus had made himself using by acting as the ferryman across the river of Venice, with those wishing to cross the river riding upon the back of Centaur. Hercules and Deianira was need of a ferryman to cross the river, and when Deianira was on the back of Nessus, the Centaur decided to abduct her. So Hercules unleashed his arrows and one striking and killing Nessus. Later Deianira gave Hercules a cloak dipped in the blood of Nessus. When Hercules put the cloak on, the poison of the blood of Hydra, his mortal portion perished and died. Zeus took his son back to Olympus, where he made amends with Hera. He stayed in Mount Olympus from then on, and married Hebe, Hera's daughter.